piano here, there's some alignment issues. Let's see here. So not only is the hammer quite flat, I've already moved these over, but they're still not aligned properly. So you can see the grooves. You can see the grooves in that hammer. And I've already moved it over. The groove on the far left of this hammer is actually the groove from the adjacent string, because this hammer was hitting 2 strings at once. So I'm going to try and move these 4 hammers over so that they're properly lined up, or more properly lined up. And so let's do that. So cut the the hammer flanges. You can tell this has been a problem before, because of some the previous technician has put little beads of glue along this flange rail here. This is a very old piano, and the wood has been shifting and warping for quite some years, and is now at the point where nothing really lines up anymore. So you see with the piano like this that has the A-graphs, right here, these hammers should be more or less in line. These have been replaced. These are not the original hammers, and they have been reshaped numerous times, I can tell. There's not a whole lot of meat left on them, and they're in rough shape. The collars, the glue joints where the shank goes through the hammerhead, you can see that a lot of them, a lot of these glue joints have now cracked, and I'll show you what the result of that, what that actually sounds like when I put the action back in. That's an interesting one there. And I think that I've redone a couple of these for this customer. Action feels strange, sluggish. So anyways, we just need to get this thing working to the point where it's not, you know, playing multiple notes at a time. Up here you can see these hammers are done. Absolutely no felt left on this hammer, and I'll show you what that sounds like too. So complete mechanical fail there of the hammerhead, the wool. Basically that'll just either sound like wood hitting metal or a dull thud. So these hammers need to be replaced, but on a piano like this, I'm not sure that it's even worth it. Anyways, let's align these hammers. See if we can get. That's just done by loosening the flange here, and I've had a hard time doing that off camera. So, sorry, on camera. Need both my hands for that. So let's get to it. So move those hammers over. Notice a couple other problems here. That cap stand capstan here is essentially seems to be have been working in its hole. All these are bent over here. And I have a feeling that has a lot to do with the fact that these hammers up here are broken. So usually when that happens, people just try and smack the note to get a note out of it, end up damaging other components. This gets back in here. So that sound there is the sound of a loose hammerhead. That clickiness. And then of course up here we've got some sound is coming from. And I've isolated it to that left string there. And I know that it's this damper right here. This damper right here, the wire that these dampers also really need adjustment, but the wire here needs to be bent over this way to avoid touching that adjacent string, and that's where that buzzing is coming from. So I'm going to bend that over a little bit, but you gotta be really careful when you're doing this because these dampers are very sensitive in their seating on the strings, and this note right here dampens really well, but if oftentimes if you bend a damper wire like that, you can disturb the damper and it may not dampen very well after that, so you have to be careful there. But let me try and fix this problem. Alright, so I've bent that damper wire over slightly, and now of course the note is out of tune, but you can hear that it doesn't make that buzzing noise anymore. So that fixes that problem. The tool that's used to do that is this tool here, which is basically a little grabber. You can use it to get in between pieces like this and slight dampers like this and bend one way or another. You gotta be extremely careful when you're doing that though.